Monday. How are you? How was your weekend? What did you do? Did you play as hard this weekend? Especially harder than you worked during the week? What did you do? Did you do anything fun? Did you play? I went outside for a walk. I think that was Saturday. Sunday, I rode my bike. I spent some time with my family. What else did I do? I had some fun this weekend. I did. I think I also, I colored this weekend. So I did a lot of arts and craft. I got out in nature. I did a little working out, family time, social play. So I really enjoyed myself this weekend. I was ready to come back to work. I woke up excited this morning when the alarm went off. So, two questions. How did you feel when your alarm went off this morning? Share with me in the chat. And also, how are you feeling? How are you feeling now that you are at work? Right now it is 12:02. You may be on a lunch break. You may be on just a 15-minute break. So, how are you feeling? How did you feel when your alarm went off, and how do you feel now? If you are feeling dread when your alarm goes off, if your dread starts Sunday morning, maybe it's time to find a new job, or you are not playing as hard as you work, you are not decreasing cortisol in your body. It is your responsibility to do so. So you shouldn't feel dread if you are in a job that excites you, move you, that you feel engaged in, happy to be a part of the company, the mission, and it is your job to do so. And because working causes stress, it is your responsibility to manage your stress, to reduce cortisol, to make sure that you're playing as hard as you work. So again, what did you do this weekend? Um, were you excited when your alarm went off? And as the day progressed, how do you feel now? Are you engaged? Do you feel like your slump is over, or you're awake yet? Some people are not morning people, so we're rolling into the afternoon. How are you feeling about work today? Do you feel excited about the work week? Do you feel disgusted? Share with me in the chat how you're feeling about the work week. As I mentioned, I'm excited. This will be an exciting work week. I look forward to so many great things to happen this week. You should too. One of the things is every morning we wake up. So you should be grateful for that. Should be counting your blessings every morning. All right. So I have 12:03. I think I'll go ahead and get started. So every Monday at noon, I give a new tip, tool, trick, or technique to manage stress. On Wednesdays, I do a wellness work break at noon. We do some deep breathing usually. On Fridays, it's Fun Funny Fridays. We normally do laughter yoga. So I try to do this within 15 minutes. I'm not sure if people are on their break or their lunch. So just like to keep it short and informal. So feel free to share in the chat if you have any questions as we go along. And I am going to go ahead and get started. So welcome, Work Life Warriors. Happy Monday. I am Ebony Davenport, and I teach stress management. I show people how to utilize fun management solutions to decrease stress and counter burnout so that they can be happier, healthier, and well balanced. I use over 50 tools, tricks, and techniques to manage stress. And today we are going to talk about one of our biological needs, which is sleep. So, we're going to start by talking about stress really quickly. I know stress is one of those things that's hard to talk about because it affects us all differently. So many things in our lives, we just kind of assume that stress should be attached to it or that it's normal, right? But stress is not normal. Challenges are normal, but stress is not normal. So we really should be more intentional about managing our stress. Although there are so many different definitions of stress in Western culture, it is the loss of control. In Eastern philosophy, it's the absence of inner peace. I like to combine the two and say that stress is feeling out of control instead of inner peace. And it's problematic because it's different for each person. So we don't necessarily know how to find a way to manage stress overall, right? It's very specific in its treatment or how each person manage their stressors. So the best way to manage stress is to understand it and then understand how stress impacts you. So there are 3 steps to stress, which is perceiving a threat. It's called appraisal. There's coping with it and adapting to it. So in the stress community, we talk a lot about stress being a relationship between a person's perceptions, needs, and abilities and the condition of their environment. So how they perceive control over their environment causes stress. There are 2 types of stress, and one is more commonly known. Anytime we talking about stress, I'm stressed out, that caused me stress. That's a stressor. We're talking about distress. That is the negative form of stress. But we also have eustress, which is the positive form of stress. It's when you are buying a new car, going on vacation, graduating, going out to a social engagement, a new place. It's eustress. So, how your body reacts to stress is very important, and it really has a lot to do with your mindset. If you think stress is bad for you, then it is bad for you and it will impact your body. If you think that it's good for you and you prepare yourself to use it as something to enhance the situation that you're in to help solve the problem that you're having, then it doesn't impact you as much. But stress, again, is not normal. Challenges are normal. Stress is not normal. So, depending on how much stress you have, the severity, the duration, and the frequency, it can impact you negatively. So, we want to make sure that we limit the amount of stress that we have. And the way we do that is through managing our stresses. We have to be mindful and aware of what is around us and what is causing us stress. And stress management is honoring the pause in life. So, in life, in an environment, something happens, and that is considered a stimulus or stimuli. And in the moment, you have an opportunity just to react right away without thinking, or you can pause for a second, think about what your needs are, what you want, what the other person needs are, how you want to solve this, add a little love, and then respond, right? So stress management is honoring the pause. It is changing from stimulus pause react to stimulus pause response. So stress management is mindfulness and prevention. So one way to reduce stress is through sleep. Sleep is very important to our development in survival because it is a biological need. Like our desire for food, play, and sex, the impulse to sleep is internally generated. I don't know about you, but in my younger years, I love to run on little sleep. Everything around me was so new, so cool, so fresh. I didn't want to miss anything. So from junior year in high school to about sophomore year in college, I was running on pure fumes alone. I was at the point of like insomnia at one point just because I did not want to miss anything. But staying awake too long can cause slurred speech, repetitive word usage, and a slow response rate. So, sleep troubles caused by sleep apnea or insomnia cost the US billions of dollars in direct medical costs each year, and that's even before considering the associated lost productivity. It may be obvious to all of us that sleep is beneficial. Even without fully grasping what sleep does for us, we know that we can't go without sleeping for too long because it makes us feel tired, miserable, cranky, and that's a and that's not like a good feeling to go through the day. It's one thing when you wake up in the morning before you get your coffee, but to feel like that all throughout the day, cranky, terrible, not in the mood, is not something that we want to do. And it doesn't make for a pleasant person in environment. And a good night's sleep can make us feel ready to take on the world, happy, engaged, joyful, peaceful. It just grounds us, right? Makes us feel the opposite of when we're sleepy. So, sleep makes us feel better, but it's so important and it goes way beyond boosting our mood or banishing under our circles, under your eyes. It is a very, very, very vital key to a healthy lifestyle. It could benefit your heart, your weight, your mind, your social interactions. Sleeping poorly ruins your day. Well, let me speak for myself. It ruins my day. With sleep, I'm more productive at work. I feel more focused at home. How about you? The more tired you are, the harder it is to concentrate on something, on anything. As a matter of fact, distractions just keep popping up in your brain over and over, a new distraction, and it can take a toll on both your work and your personal life because you can't focus, you can't concentrate. Researchers say that attention task appears to be particularly sensitive to sleep loss. So you can't pay attention when you are sleep deprived. So if you want to focus either on the job or on the conversation, make sure you get some rest. Numerous studies show that of the major sources of stress, job stress, which is 66%, has escalated progressively over the past few decades. Job stress is associated with increased heart rate, heart attack, hypertension, obesity, and depression. As a result, people are reporting more disruptive sleep. So, sleep has a rhythm, obviously. Just like everything else, we have seasons, we have night and day, and there's a rhythm to life. Your circadian rhythm is basically a 24-hour internal clock that is running in the background of your brain and cycles between sleepiness and alertness at regular intervals. It is also known as the sleep wake cycle. We want to make sure we're honoring our circadian rhythm, our cycles, by obtaining at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Now, I like to say 8 is best. Lean more towards more sleep, and your quality of sleep matters. So, natural sleeping. You want to make sure that you're going to sleep, waking up at the same time every single day, regardless of if it's a weekday or a weekend. Waking up early is honoring your natural circadian rhythm. Your circadian rhythm works with the sun and the moon. And so when you get up early, you are producing vital energy and it is naturally dormant in your body and it helps you to become in tune with nature. So you want to get up early. Now, we all know throughout the day, your energy goes up and down and then it spikes around 2 or 3 o'clock, and we call that the 2 or 3 o'clock slump. Some people call it the itis because it happens after we eat. But according to the National Sleep Foundation, for most adults, the biggest dip in energy happens in the middle of the night, somewhere between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., when they're usually fast asleep, and just after lunchtime, around 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., when they tend to have a big lunch and crave a post lunch nap. Depending on what you have for lunch, the more severe, the food you eat, the more the slump. It seems like you're miserable at your work, you're watching the clock, you're counting the time until you get off, like clockwork. One small yawn turns into an orchestra of yawns within the office. The slump was a really big problem where I worked. It was high energy mid-afternoon, then all of a sudden the energy would drop although the customers persisted. So our work did not go down, but our energy did. I noticed mine and I counted it with many things like rising early, eating green smoothies, eating a salad for lunch, taking a late lunch, going for a walk. I took several breaks, got up and I stretched, I walked around, I socialized, I laughed. Science says that as humans, we can only hold our attention and focus for about 25 minutes. Then we should take about a 5-minute break. So if we have a lot to do, maybe about 50 minutes, we could push it and then take a 10-minute break. But we really need to honor our circadian rhythm, making sure that we're honoring these cycles and getting the most of our energy. And that includes making sure that we're getting the most of our out of our sleep, because if we don't sleep well, then it impacts us throughout the day. People who sleep enough are happier, they learn better, they are fitter and healthier, they have better moods and fewer health problems like diabetes, depression, and anxiety. People who sleep less tend to have symptoms of depression, lower self-esteem, and more anxiety. Sleep is a way to renew your mind and rejuvenate your body. It is an opportunity to hit the reset button after a long day. Your mind and body works extremely hard to help make you safe, and you should make your sleep time a priority, non-negotiable. At least you can do after a long day of work, everything that you put your body through is to reward it with some sleep, or at least some stillness. So I want to give you a couple of tips for improving your sleeping habits, to make sure that you're getting a deep sleep, that your body is relaxing before bedtime, so that you can go into a deep sleep, so that you can wake up feeling energized and renewed. So, one, turn off your screens at least 1 hour before bed. Don't look at any blue light, no TVs, tablets, cell phones, anything like that. Read a book, meditate, journal, do something like that. Get at least 7 hours of sleep. It says 6 to 7. I recommend 8. If you want to be alert, engaged, and productive, go to bed and wake up every day at the same time. That's tip 3. Every day, go to bed and wake up at the same time. Tip 4, make your bedroom a relaxing place for rest and relaxation. So you want to bring in all of the colors that make you feel safe and secure, maybe sexy. Bring in all of those things. Make your bedroom that place. Don't bring in your work. Try not to have a TV in there if you can. You wanted a place to be for relaxation and rest, right? Another tip, tip 5, is use essential oils, diffusers. You put them on your skin, inhalers, some of them on your skin, inhalers, pillows. Learn how to use essential oils. They can be very beneficial into boosting your bedroom scene and making it a more tranquil environment. 6, get warm and inviting sheets and pajamas. You can use silk. Uh, it's very fun when you play with your pajamas or your lingerie or your sheets, scream, get in, get warm, get ready to take a deep sleep. When you invest in your sheets, your bedroom just it transforms. It makes your bed warm and inviting. It makes you want to get in, and it is a great way to separate your bedroom from other parts of the room. Okay, another one, light candles. You can light candles when you are journaling or you're reading. Make sure you don't fall asleep unless it's in a safe container. Make sure you don't fall asleep. You can use soft music or soothing music to help relax and calm you, to get you in the mood, to help, stimulate you in a relaxing way. You could journal before bed to declutter your mind, to kind of get all of those thoughts of the day, to kind of order your thoughts for tomorrow. You could read, pray, or meditate. That is always helpful, to read and pray and meditate before bed. My favorite by far is to make some sleepy time tea. I like the vanilla sleepy time tea. I also like the lavender sleepy time tea. So let's see. I have perfect 15 minutes. So I hope that helps work life warriors. Please share with me in the chat if it did, if you are going to use some of these techniques, if you already use these techniques. Share with me what your sleeping patterns are like. Do you prefer 6, 7, or 8 hours of sleep? Do you prioritize your sleep? I would love to continue this conversation in the chat. Know what you think, know how you're incorporating sleep into your daily life, and if you're managing your stress, and if you're using sleeping as a way to manage your stress. So I hope this helps. Again, get out there and manage your stress, play as hard as you work, decrease your cortisol. It is your responsibility to do so. No one will benefit from it but you. So go out of your way to practice wellness, to increase your overall and quality of life, your well-being. You deserve it. You're worth it. Make it a priority. It is not optional. You will benefit. The world will benefit. Your career, your family, your friends, your community. The world is waiting on you to manage your stress so you can show up and add some much needed value in the world. So as always, I hope that I am helping. If I am, leave it in the chat. I will see you on Wednesdays for our wellness work breaks. We'll do some deep breathing together to help ground ourselves. Then I'll see you on Friday for Fun Funny Fridays. We'll do some laughter yoga to laugh away the stress of the week. If you are looking for more information on my 50 tips, tools, tricks, or techniques to manage stress, you can come to my fun shop every third Saturday of the month. The next one is March 18th. You can look at my website, bessllc.com, for more information. You can check out my social medias or send me a message and or email. If you have any questions, send me a message and email. I am happy to serve. You can also put them in the chat. I will answer any questions that I can. We together have to work as a community to help manage our stress. Living is not an isolated event. It's just shared experience. So therefore, we all have to pull our part. We have to do our part. We have to work as accountability partners for each other. We have to build the community that we need. We have to practice wellness together and hold each other accountable. So that's what we're doing here. We're building a community of practice where we're holding each other accountable. We can discuss ideas, be ourselves, grow, develop, and practice wellness. So again, I will see you on Wednesday. I hope this helps, work life warriors. Go out there and play and enjoy your day.